Welcome to the Traveling Professors. I'm Professor Bob.
And I'm Professor Sherry.
And together we are
the Traveling Professors.
Welcome to show number 112K, the hotel in Inverness, the Hotel Columba. So we will take you on a tour of the Hotel Columba, and we'll also do our usual what did we do in Inverness the first day we were there, which included taking a really nice hop-on bus trip. Well, here is our map of our train trip. And let me tell you, taking the train in Scotland is so much fun because the terrain is so varied and absolutely gorgeous. I don't care what line you're on, it is just stunning. And we didn't have any problems. It was just a straight shot. So we got up in the morning and went to the Princess Street railway station, which is where ScotRail runs some of their lines. And then we headed straight up to Inverness. It takes a couple of hours. And here's a few pictures as we went along. Of course, you always start out in the morning with kind of a hazy fog. But here's one of the meadows. You can see the hills in the background. Here we are crossing another one of the rivers. Here's a view getting a little closer to Inverness. And then just outside of Inverness, you get a picture of some of the sea area. So it's a beautiful trip. And then we come into downtown Inverness. The train station is right here. And we thought it was close enough we thought we could walk, which we did. It was a little bit further, but it was downhill all the way. We took a cab to go back. So we basically go down to the main street here and then cross the bridge, the Ness River, and then we go up just a couple of buildings and we're right there at the hotel. So here's a view of the hotel directly across from where we're getting to the bridge. So as you can see, the Hotel Columba is right here. The buildings to the right of it are, for the most part, eateries, and then there's some other buildings off to the left. So here we are coming up to the main front. Now we got in, about 12:30, 1 o'clock? Yes, and guess what? You can't check in till 3. So here's the main desk. And had two lovely ladies behind the desk that we chatted with the whole time we were there. Very nice. They had a spot where we could put our luggage, the little area in the lobby. And there's several different areas of the lobby. This is where you come into the main area where the desk is. Have a nice place to sit. And then back behind this vestibule area is where we put our suitcases. And then there's an area on the other side that has a sitting room. And they also have, they have a restaurant bar here, but it just serves basic food. We ate there one night, and it took a while. They don't serve late. So we found something else later on. But it does have a nice bar, and it does do some breakfast in the morning. Both of our trips precluded breakfast because we were up at 7 and had to leave at 7:30. One was to go to the Isle of Skye, and the other one was this really detailed trip around the Inverness area. So here's our room. You come in, it's a double bed. We had double beds most of the time, except in the Citizen M and at the schoolhouse. The cost of this was about £150 a night. There's plenty of room. Great location, because most of the tour trips that we took, they pick you up in front of the hotel, so we didn't have to go anywhere. And there's a nice bathroom shower, and we filled everything up once we got in there. But when we were coming into the hotel, we saw the hop-on bus go by. And I wasn't aware that they had a line. And so we found out where they went. And it's just a basic route. They're just taking you around the area so you can see what it is. But here's the route that they used. We got on right here, just down from the hotel, one of the parks, and you see it goes down and then up and then way out here. And it's the way out here that's really important, because there is a boat tour that you can take from Inverness that goes out to Uckart Castle. It'll drop you off at the castle and let you do your thing and then pick you up later. And I didn't know how to get from where we were to there. Now I know. Unfortunately, we were totally booked and didn't have a chance to do that. But if we ever go back again, that's what we want to do. So what we did is we went down the street. This is one of the churches in the area, and there's a nice side view of it. And then we sat across the street in the park from the church and waited for the bus to come by. And I think it was just £20. That is what it was for the day. So we then go by There's one of the footbridges that crosses the River Ness, which splits at a little island. It takes you out to an island. And then we go a little bit further, and we're into a major park area where they have museums and other things. And then it takes us way out in the countryside to where they have the Jacobite tours and restaurant. Now, we didn't get off. We're just seeing what's going on. But one of the things they have there is they have a group of Highland cows. And I love their sign. Nessie isn't the only beast around here. Please steer clear of our Highland cows. And they'll come up to the fence, but sometimes they let you touch them and sometimes they don't. And when they don't, they just simply shake their head. But when they shake their head, you can get whacked with the horns. That's what happened to Sherry when we were out here another time. And when we were at Urquhart Castle, 2 days later, you can see the boat. Here's the Jacobean boat coming into the area, and they docked right by the castle, and then some people got off, and then they did another tour around the area. Then here's Urquhart Castle, and we'll be visiting this on our second day. Urquhart Castle, a couple of towns, the Battle of Culloden, and the stunning ancient Karen burial site. So we're coming back into the city. We actually crossed the Caledonian Canal, and there are some boat trips that you can take through the Caledonian Canal into Loch Ness. And then we eventually end back downtown. And we go by one of the oldest churches in the city. And what we did was we got off at Inverness Castle, which is right here. It's supposed to be one of the best views of the city. And what we then did is we walked around down this direction. We went to the used bookstore. That's the largest used bookstore in Scotland. And then we walked through the center of town, through some of the buildings, and then back down the main street doing a little shopping for some tourist stuff. And I ended up buying a suit jacket. It was just gorgeous. And then we went back to the hotel. This is what the castle at Inverness would have looked like from our hotel. Unfortunately, this is what it looked like when we were there. They did a massive renovation of it, and they're still renovating. So the bus let us off right where this picture is taken. And then we walked up to it, hoping that we would still be able to find a place where you could get a nice view of the River Ness and our hotel. That wasn't possible. They had everything blocked off. So we walked back down to the main street. We walked by a couple of buildings. There's the Caledonian Bank. And then we come up to this building. This is the Leakey's used bookstore. Now in the window they had all kinds of displays of really expensive exotic books, some of them going back to the 1400s and 1600s. And as I said, it is the largest used bookstore in Scotland. And here's what it looks like from up on the second level. Oddly enough, as much as I was looking forward to coming in here, I looked at the history very briefly, and most of what I was looking for, either I had it already or it really wasn't worth taking back home with me. That's the downside of traveling by plane. There is a limit to how many books you can take back with you. So after leaving the bookstore, we then walked back towards the train station, and one of the places there is a market area where they have all kinds of stalls and things. And so we walked through the market area, and we end up finding this rideable Highland cow. No, Sherry did not get on it. She would have probably liked to have done that, but we just settled for the picture. And then, of course, there's a McDonald's everywhere. Not that we ate there. The place that we ate at in Inverness was called Johnny Fox's, and it's just down the street from this place. And oh man, was the food good! We had lunch there. I ordered mussels and then something else. My God, the plate of mussels was gigantic, and the mussels were the size of your hand. I'm used to ordering mussels, and they're like very small, and you barely pop them open. And then we're back on the bridge heading back to our hotel. So that was our little walk through the city. It has a very nice shopping area and a lot of reasonable prices. Sherry and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Please come by our YouTube channel at Bob Packett, and please subscribe and leave some comments. Thank you very much. I've been doing podcasting on history for over 15 years. I've got over 4,000 shows, and I've done CDs, which of course can be sent out as USBs. So if you would really like to get more on history for free, then come by my website, as you see here, historyaccordingtobob.com, and see what's there. So thank you very much again.